And that's the whole concept of the 5 whys. You have an incident, you have something happen, you have an issue that popped up. What you need to do is you need to sit there and ask, all right, why? Why did this happen? Okay, it happened because of this. Okay, why did that happen? And then you ask it like 5 times, and you can get into the root cause in the heart of the matter. And it can be a very long process, but it is so important. And that's part of the reason, like that process led to Toyota's success and how important and how powerful Toyota has become as a car company, because they asked that 5 whys over and over and over again and improved their process over and over and over again, and got better and better and better. And now there's just some of the best cars on the road these days because of everything. Like, anyway, so that's the tool. All right.
Awesome. Cool. So does that lead us into talking about the case study?
You know what? I kind of want to skip it.
I didn't like it that much anyways.
Okay, cool. Because we've talked a lot about business stuff anyway, and the application of planning to business, and just life in general, I would say.
We're just missing marriage counseling and planning out your kids' college before you have the kids.
Well, we did talk about college. I mean, the marriage counseling, or the marriage aspect of it is, well, I don't want to talk about it.
I'm going to tease you. All right.
Oh, go for it. Anyway, all right, we're gonna switch over to the paid section here now. So, talk to all you freeloaders later.
Ciao.
All right.
Oh gosh, you started talking about the 5 whys, and um, the 5 whys is good. They kind of hit on that on the blue on blue incident where they talked about earlier, and where was that Jocko? I think that was Jocko, where that was kind of he ended up owning that. But it's funny how he went through the process. Like, okay, why did this happen? And one guy after another saying, "No, it's me," and finally he's like, "Yeah, no, it's me." Okay, now it's never going to happen again.
And that's very much like the 5 whys. And I think that's an important thing for everybody to do. And like, if you are on a team of extreme owners, you're going to get that. You're going to sit there and ask, okay, why did this happen? And you're going to get all these people who sit there and say, well, I screwed this up. Well, I screwed that up. Well, I screwed this up.
It's a good way to find out who your loser leaders are.
That's very true.
I mean, I'm just saying, you want to filter out the shit?
You suck.
Yeah. You want to filter out your crap?
You suck.
See who doesn't volunteer failure.
Yep.
Right? Who can't accept that they messed up.
By the way, that was your first one this time.
Yeah, I held back, and I'm trying to just, I don't like it. It's just part of me, I guess. So I'm trying to grow, even though I think I'm perfect the way I am. God made me perfectly, and I am so happy.
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
I'm pretty sure he did put some of those words in my mouth, though. So
That's awesome.
but how about old news for us by now? We were talking, and I was about to have fun with it. That mall shooting.
Damn. Yeah. Damn.
Right? Yeah, where the guy took down the Lone Ranger, took out the soldier, the murderer, and the whole left was on his ass.
The would-be murderer.
I thought he got a few people.
No. I think the only person from that incident who died or got shot was the would-be murderer.
Oh, there it is.
That happened I think the entire incident happened in less than 10 seconds. I seriously think that. Let me pull this up. Let's see.
And after this, I want to be a little contrarian about the servant leadership.
I'm really trying to figure this out because it was like in and out of the news so fast because it didn't follow um the narrative.
Right? You know which ones are interesting for the news.
Oh, well, I think they came in later and adjusted that. So it does kind of indicate that there were, here we go. Let's pull up this stupid Wikipedia.
Which is the perfect bastion for truth.
Hmm. I go and look at it for general information, and then when I want specific, I go and actually start reading more things.
Oh, see, I'm so glad you didn't say I go whiteboard somebody, waterboard somebody.
Okay, kind of say so. So there were a few few people wounded.
Okay.
So the shooter fired total of 24 rounds. Before we continue further, I want to say we're not going to mention the name of the shooter. There is evidence to indicate that a lot of these shooters want the fame, and so by mentioning the name of the shooters, you are giving them the clout.
The recognition they craved.
Yes. And so that ends up going and encouraging others to do it. So there's,
I think the way to fix that is for everybody to carry an eagle.
well, there have been some people who have called and said that it's not like forced carry arms. Like everybody should be required to carry a firearm with them.
Oh, that's so interesting. Even the military doesn't do that.
It would be interesting. Um,
That goes way above encouragement. I like encouragement. I'm not sure I like forced anything.
So it basically says 15 seconds after the shooting began, Elijah Dickin fired at,
The hero.
yeah, fired at the gunfighter, at the shooter from a distance of 40 yards. He fired 10 rounds from a Glock handgun, hitting the shooter 8 times. Like, you got to think, and this is what's even crazier about this. This kid had no military training whatsoever, no train, like nothing. And it was like, and he said, like, he was taught how to shoot from his grandfather.
Mm-hmm. Good job, Grandpa.
And he was that accurate.
Yeah. A lot of people can't do that.
That's insane. Even people who are trained have difficulty.
Yeah. Yeah. 40 yards is, some people can't throw that far.
Yep. Yep. Like, it's just amazing. And it's just, yeah, like that kid was a hero through and through.
Yep. Yep. I wanted to throw that out there just to just have fun with that one. Good job, guy. How about the servant leadership? So I'm a huge fan of servant leadership, and I've seen it. I know I pissed you off a few times because I don't care, but the my feeling is you serve best by setting things in action, doing what needs to be done, uh, giving the credit to those who deserved it, who worked hard, who put in what they could. You recognize them for that. You reprimand them for what they can't do, and reprimand is not the right word, but I like to throw it out there, anyways. And you then um, support those that you delegate stuff to, even if it's not the ideal way that you think it should have been done, unless there's going to be problems that are detrimental to the mission. And as long as you can balance it, and you should think a little bit before you say no, um, that's kind of like my vision of servant leadership. And it may not be the definition, but I don't think it's far from.
Well, I don't know. Honestly, I don't think there's like a clear formalized definition. I'm not sold on the popular notion of it, which tends to be
Squeaky.
it's the one, or it tends to be the view that I'm the worker, you as my manager are here for me. No, that's not true.
No, that's I'm a king, and that's not servant leadership. That's different.
Exactly. And that's the notion that I think a lot of people have with it. I think your
Mhm.
notion is the more accurate and the better one, better way to view it. Because the thing is, like, and I'm not even a fan of the aspect of I'm a manager. I come in and I give you a task, and then immediately asking, okay, what do you need from me? No, I'm not a fan of that either. I think that's not the correct way to go about that. I think the better way is come in, okay, I'm giving you a task. If I
Mhm.
trust you and I know you and I know what you're going to do, I'm just going to leave you alone and know that you're and like know that you're going to come to me when you need something. If I don't,
Yep.
my general process is going to be, here's the task, come to me with your plan, tell me your plan. Okay, cool. What then that's when I question, what do you need from me? Like, okay, cool. Here's how can I help you out with this? Or hey, cool, I can take care of this for you. I can reach out to this person and bring this person in on the conversation. Hey, have you thought about talking to, like, that's my general, like, those types of things of, me as a servant leader at that point is to a facilitate connections, because I want to connect you with the right people within the company to help you to do your job, to do what you're doing. B is to
Provide the resources. Yep.
yep. B is to help guide you towards the right path, of what you're
Mentorship.
trying to do. Yep, yep. I tend to actually prefer like the idea of a mentor leader. And that can be a part of servant leadership, because that tends to be like it's just guiding and helping people towards different aspects of it. Then I had a third, but now I'm whatever. Oh,
The so I have a role model, and he's a bit of a superhero.
aww, aww.
Yeah, yep. And I've always had a hard time finding a role model because my ego is so big. Um,
Really?
yeah, yeah. No, you can imagine, right? Yeah, right. In seventh grade, they're like, "You need to find a role model." I'm like, "Yeah, there's none. I'm badass." Um, and then I grew up a little bit. So for me, Jesus is my role model, and this is the man God that I want to be like. And I think this person embodies servant leadership. And a lot of people have a vision of God that's like he was a pushover in some places, or he's accepting completely, but he wasn't. He was in a lot of cases he was pretty mean to what we would consider mean, right?
Me? Are you kidding me? That is a nice way of putting it.
Yeah, yeah. So there's some times when he was straight a little bit rough, right? And this is this is my vision of servant leadership, right? He taught, he would scold in a very gentle way. Um, he let people know they're going straight to hell. Tried to give them guidance and to avoid that, and was judgmental in some ways, but wasn't judging. And that's not the right way to say it at all. So I know I just pissed off a lot of people, but
That is like that aspect of his that aspect of him is very difficult to pin down and come up with good phrasing and everything, because a lot of what's going on with society is the whole "don't judge me" aspect.
oh yeah, which is total bullshit.
Yeah, the thing is, we all judge everybody.
Oh, and you're supposed to. God didn't say not judge. He said pull the stick out of your eye before you judge.
That's true.
Pull the log out of your eye before you judge.
But let me put it to you this way: I had a conversation with someone a long time ago, and was trying to explain to them what I like, how how I would assess people. If I'm walking down the street, and this is going to get into a rather racial overtones. If I'm walking down the street, and yeah, I'm just completely.
Throw it out there. I bet I can top it.
Oh, I know you can top it, but I'm just like, if I'm walking down the street and I see someone approaching me and they look like a gangbanger, honestly, if I have the option, I'm going to cross over to the other side of the street, and I'm going to try and avoid them. I don't give I don't care whatsoever what their skin color is. But particularly where I was living at the time, it's not so bad. It's not so bad in a lot of areas now where I live. But anyway, now where I used to live,
Is there a fence around your community?
no, not at all.
Then you're not a okay. You're not a Democrat.
Where I used to live, there were a lot of gangbangers, and honestly, they majority of them were black. And to be honest, it like yeah, I would avoid them. And I was trying to explain to this person, that's not me being racist. That's me being prudent, because I am sitting there and
That's survival.
yeah, yeah. I'm making I'm making an assessment based upon how they are presenting themselves to the world, and I am judging them based upon how they are presenting themselves to the world. Now, yes, we could sit there and say that we are told that we are called to go and be to minister to people like that, or to be help people like that, and all that. But the thing is, it all like in a sense, it also depends upon where I am, like what I am doing, what I'm trying to do at that time, and everything. Like if I'm just walking home, yeah, I kind of want to get home safely. And the other aspect of it is, if that person presents themselves as a businessman, like they're walking down the street in a suit, yeah, I'm going to treat them different, because they are presenting themselves as somebody different, and they're showing them.